Your paycheck just hit your account. You open your banking app, see that clean 4-digit number, and for a brief moment, maybe 3 seconds, you feel rich. Then reality shows up. Rent is due. Your car is making that noise again. You already told a friend you'd go out this weekend. And somehow, by Thursday, you're eating something cheap and wondering where the money went again. This cycle is so common that most people barely question it anymore. Payday feels like relief, and the rest of the month feels like quiet financial tension. Not panic, not disaster. Just a low-level stress that never fully disappears. What's interesting is that this isn't limited to people who earn very little. It happens to students, professionals, engineers, nurses, marketers, people with stable incomes. People who on paper should be doing fine. The uncomfortable truth is this: the problem usually isn't income. It's how the paycheck is treated. Most people treat their paycheck like a suggestion. Money comes in, life happens, and whatever is left over, if anything, is what they call saving. It feels reasonable, logical even, but it's backwards. If you've ever looked at your bank balance and genuinely couldn't explain where the money disappeared to, you're not careless. You're doing what the system quietly encourages you to do. Expenses get paid first. Comfort comes next. Your future gets whatever scraps survive, and most months nothing survives. There's a reason this pattern feels automatic. Modern life is structured to consume income smoothly and quietly. Bills are automated. Subscriptions renew without friction. Credit cards remove the pain of spending. None of it feels dramatic. It just slowly fills every gap your paycheck creates. Psychologically, this makes sense. Your brain prioritizes what's urgent and visible. Rent is real. Groceries are real. Friday plans are real. A future version of you, 20 or 30 years from now, doesn't feel real at all. So saving becomes optional. Investing becomes later. And later never quite arrives. This is why payday doesn't actually change your financial trajectory. It gives you temporary relief, not control. Money comes in already assigned to other people, other companies, other obligations. You're just the middleman. And here's the part most people never hear. Financial stress doesn't come from not having money, it comes from not having a system. Without a system, every month feels unpredictable even when income is stable. You don't feel broke, but you don't feel secure either. You're always reacting, never deciding. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about a concept that sounds simple, slightly uncomfortable, and surprisingly effective: doing the hardest financial task first. Before life gets a chance to spend your money for you. It's not about earning more. It's not about extreme discipline. It's about changing the order of one decision. And that single shift is where the entire story starts to change. Most people never think about what comes first when the paycheck arrives. They pay the rent, they buy groceries, fill up the gas tank, grab coffee, pay the minimum on credit cards. And if there's anything left, maybe it goes into savings. Here, that's the brutal reality: there will never be anything left over. Expenses magically expand to meet income. It's not a flaw in character. It's basic human nature meeting simple math. The wealthy do the opposite. They eat the frog first. Brian Tracy coined the term "eat that frog" for productivity. Tackle the hardest, most important task first. Applied to money, the frog is your future self. It's paying yourself first, investing, saving, securing your financial freedom before anything else touches your paycheck. Imagine this: your $4,000 take-home pay hits your account. The traditional approach leaves you scrambling after bills and obligations. But if the first action is transferring $400, $800 into your savings or investments, everything else becomes a challenge in conscious spending. You start questioning purchases. You become creative. You treat discretionary expenses like tools to manage, not automatic drains on your income. Let's put it in perspective. If you wait to save whatever's left, that $500 per month from a raise could be gone on lifestyle upgrades, nicer furniture, a slightly larger apartment, brunch twice a week. Individually, these seem harmless. Collectively, they quietly consume opportunities for long-term growth. Over 20 years, investing that $500 instead of spending it could grow to over $200,000 at a modest 6% annual return. Paying yourself first isn't deprivation. It's clarity. It's treating your future self like the most important creditor. Emergencies, unexpected expenses, lifestyle upgrades, None of these go away, but they no longer control your financial destiny. The principle is simple. Give your future self priority. Everything else adjusts around it. Credit cards, rent, subscriptions, weekend plans, they become conscious decisions rather than autopilot drains. And this is the first layer of a deeper system. Pay yourself first. Protect your credit, build your emergency fund, start investing, then attack debt. Each step builds on the last, but it all begins with one radical change. Don't wait, don't hope. Don't leave your wealth to chance. Eat the frog as soon as your paycheck arrives. Because until you do, no raise, bonus, or windfall will ever make a meaningful difference. Your money flows outward before it ever flows toward your future. By now, it's clear why most people struggle to build wealth even when they earn well. Comfort, lifestyle habits, and invisible drains quietly siphon away money. But why do we keep falling into the same trap month after month, year after year? The answer lies in human psychology. Meet Sophie, a 26-year-old financial analyst in London. She earns £3,000 a month after tax. On paper, she's responsible. She pays bills on time, avoids large debts, and even invests a little. Yet at the end of every month, her savings barely grow. The culprit, present bias. Humans prioritize immediate rewards over long-term benefits. That £50 dinner with friends feels far more tangible than a potential £300 gain in a retirement account decades from now. Immediate satisfaction always wins, even when the long-term cost is substantial. Status-driven spending is another silent force. Sophie sees colleagues upgrading phones or moving into bigger flats. The pressure isn't direct, it's almost subconscious. We compare ourselves to others constantly. Our brains equate visible success with personal worth, prompting choices that signal status rather than financial prudence. Then there's the illusion of control. Many people track income and bills and feel secure. Yet small habitual spending, a coffee here, a subscription there, quietly erodes wealth. Sophie believes she's managing well, but the tiny, repeated decisions she's normalized quietly accumulate into significant losses over time. Numbers make the problem visible. If Sophie spends just £100 weekly on small discretionary upgrades, coffee, lunch deliveries, gadgets, that's £400 per month. Invested at a modest 6% annual return for 20 years, it could grow to over £200,000. That's invisible loss because it doesn't feel like a real sacrifice. The money leaves quietly, almost without notice. What makes this pattern persistent is its integration into daily life. Each small choice feels rational, justified, even necessary. Debt amplifies it. Interest on credit cards or EMIs makes spending painless while locking in long-term costs. Social norms, peer behavior, and lifestyle trends continuously reinforce these habits. Escaping the trap isn't about willpower. It's about awareness and deliberately structuring habits. Financially intelligent people don't avoid spending, they plan it consciously. They identify which choices compound wealth and which quietly erode it. They allow comfort but treat it as a calculated decision, not an automatic habit. The key takeaway: wealth isn't blocked by income alone. It's blocked by repeated, unconscious decisions driven by psychology, social pressure, and habit. Awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle, recognizing the invisible forces that keep your money flowing outward instead of toward your future. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to shift perspective, how financially intelligent people think differently, align short-term comfort with long-term wealth, and stop living paycheck to paycheck while still enjoying life. By now, you understand why everyday choices quietly block wealth. Comfort, invisible drains, and psychological biases all work together, siphoning away money that could have grown into freedom. The question is, how do you think differently without sacrificing comfort, enjoyment, or sanity? How do financially intelligent people approach money? Let's return to Emma from Chapter 1. She didn't suddenly earn more or make dramatic sacrifices. The difference was mindset. When she considers upgrading her apartment or buying a new gadget, she asks herself a simple question. Will this choice improve my life tomorrow as much as it does today? It sounds straightforward. But this mindset transforms behavior. Choices that once felt automatic, splurges, convenience spending, status-driven purchases, are now evaluated deliberately. Some still happen, but with full awareness of the hidden cost. The math becomes a tool, not a punishment. That $50 weekly coffee habit, over a year, it's $2,600. Invested at a conservative 6% return for 20 years, it could grow to over $100,000. Small spending decisions are no longer invisible, they carry tangible weight. Financially intelligent people embrace moderation over extremes. They don't avoid comfort, they manage it strategically. Cars are reliable, not status symbols. Apartments are pleasant, not financial traps. Social pressure exists, but it doesn't dictate decisions. Priorities focus on actions that compound value over time. Consistent savings, intentional investments, and conscious spending. Psychologically, this works because it aligns short-term comfort with long-term gain. There's no deprivation, no fear of missing out. Over months and years, these small, deliberate choices accumulate. Wealth isn't flashy. It's quiet, almost invisible day to day, yet undeniably powerful over time. Awareness of opportunity cost is the final piece. Every dollar spent unnecessarily has an alternative path, savings, investment, or debt reduction, that quietly builds freedom. Spending stops being automatic and becomes intentional. Comfort is enjoyed without guilt, status is pursued with reason, and invisible drains are minimized without obsession. It's not about instant wealth, risky speculation, or gimmicks. It's about seeing the subtle forces blocking growth and choosing differently, consistently, rationally, without drama. Wealth accumulates quietly, not in bursts, and freedom is built in the small daily decisions most people overlook. Next time you consider an upgrade, subscription, or convenience purchase, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this improving my life long-term or just today? That small pause, combined with awareness of invisible drains, psychological traps, and compounding math, is the difference between a paycheck that disappears and a life that steadily builds wealth. Financial intelligence is simple. Pay yourself first, control spending consciously, protect your credit, invest for the future, eliminate debt strategically, and adapt as life changes. It's not complicated, it's consistent, and over time it works. If this perspective gave you clarity on your everyday financial choices, consider subscribing. Understanding these subtle habits is the first step toward thinking like the financially intelligent, without sacrificing the life you live today.